This is a really large amoeba shown at 250 power under oblique lighting. Oblique lighting is at an angle instead of being directly underneath. This gives differences in shading at different depths, thus eliminating the flatness usually associated with substage lighting and emphasizing the three-dimensional nature of the subject. Though this video is composed of 5 different segments, the same amoeba is shown throughout. It is fascinating to watch how the amoeba moves, and in particular how the pseudopods react when the amoeba changes direction. Of course, the amoeba doesn't have a nervous system, so you kind of wonder, how is it that it manages to coordinate these movements? Well, that's one of the big mysteries of amoeba. Though they have a very primitive appearance, amoeba have all the characteristics that define eukaryotes, including mitochondria, a nucleus, and chromosomes. There are many different types of free-living amoeba. The kind most people think of are, like this one, so-called naked amoeba, but there are also testate amoeba that live in a kind of shell. In addition, there are many types of cells found in multicelled organisms that take on an amoeboid form, such as some white blood cells found in mammals, including humans. The monster in the movie The Blob was inspired by an amoeba. Of course, a real amoeba could never get anywhere near that size because they absorb oxygen through their skin, and with such a large volume to surface area ratio, they would never be able to absorb enough oxygen to stay alive. Also, they are entirely aquatic creatures, and in dry air they can only survive as dormant cysts. It is only when they are in water that they can move around and be active. It should be noted that most amoeba are much smaller than this specimen. At this magnification, you might expect to see a dozen or more on the stage at the same time. Indeed, if you let a hay infusion go long enough, you'll find that the amoeba, which are fairly rare when it first starts out, become increasingly common as the hay infusion matures. This is because there is a larger amount of particulate matter which amoeba thrive on. If you want to actually observe this process, you will usually have to spend several hours watching an amoeba before you finally catch one dividing in two. Amoeba are just one of the many fascinating organisms you can find in a hay infusion. And making a hay infusion is quite easy. Just add some grass and some dirt to a small container and add some dechlorinated water, either aged tap water or some sort of bottled water, and then watch it as it develops. You'll be fascinated by the way the community of organisms changes as the culture matures. Here we have some measurements of this specimen in microns or micrometers. This is best viewed at full resolution. I hope you can read it.